For much of the past decade, I put on tap shoes every day and just dance. For 365 days, starting on the day of the 2017 inauguration, I did a good turn every day on my dancing feet and as a person. Each day I woke up looking for a way to dance and a way to improve the world in some small way. It was a while, I remember, before I told anyone else, but I resolved to do it daily for 1 year. I love it. Some days I put on my tap shoes. Others I tap my fingers. One day I was sick in bed and my toes just wiggled under the comforter of my parents' bed. I documented my year by posting once a day on Twitter, just a few seconds of video without words, and then a few words marking my good deed. Few people knew about it, fewer saw it. I did it that way to keep accountable for myself. And I set myself these rules, never the same exact deed or the same dance. It was okay to save up a few deeds in one day to have for the next day. I allowed the video to be from a different day than the deed. The good turn had to be something I would not have done anyway for family or for work. But, of course, several times I broke my rules. I had done nothing for anyone in the world that I didn't know, and it was midnight, and there you are. My feet or my hands had to be visible somewhere, even if not featured. As the year went on, all my rules were broken at some point, even the 365 goal. I skipped one day for Day Without Women. At first my family was befuddled, then bemused. Eventually both family and friends would eagerly assist. And while I was traveling, my colleagues would indulge me in a jig or a horror line. When I was in airports, I would make other travelers laugh because I was twirling around. One time in the street in my small town, I hope the guy down the street didn't see me catch the opportunity on my daily walk to catch a really nice background for that day's clip. But when we finally passed, he said, "Nice pirouette." And red-faced, I think I curtsied. The videos don't show my face, but those who know me would recognize the rooms of my house and the causes I believe in. One friend has starred many times, notable for her five-toed shoes, and others had just a single walk-on. My kids appear many times, my husband usually dancing a two-step. Many strangers will never know they were part of my year, but I will now never forget them. I look at the videos, and I see a journal of a year. I watch my grandmother grow still and then be mourned. I see my last child leave home, and my first child lending her characteristic artistic flair. I watch myself fly from country to country. I see seasons. I see every shoe in my closet. I see my newly politically active circles, and I see how often I am so busy all day that I forget myself until right before bed.
What should we do?
My good deeds probably didn't change the world. They did change me. I began every day with the ambition of one creative movement. And my good deeds were not grand. I paid for coffee for the person behind me in line. I hosted a voter registration meeting. I donated clothing. I donated time. I donated money. I participated in research. I smiled at strangers. I opened doors. I woke up looking for the actively good instead of with dread. I went to bed with a feeling of some small accomplishment. 365 positive acts filled an otherwise disorienting year with forward direction and a momentum that will remain. I started and ended my good turn year at a women's march, surrounded by active good as well as a generous dose of fierce resistance. resistance to helplessness, to cynicism, and to paralysis.
Move your leg.
I ended my year hopeful and grateful. One turn of the globe, and I am 365 revolutions stronger.